What do you mean a stripe?
Strike,
Oh, strike.
airstrike. And this F4 comes down, and he's lead airplane, and he gets to altitude to drop the bombs. He drops the bombs, and the whole fucking thing just exploded. Everything exploded. And I'm watching it, and it is just one big fucking fireball. The airplane is gone. The fucking nose of the airplane is heading to the ground. He's in the fucking dive. He's pulling off, and the whole fucking nose has gone in, and it broke the nose off. The nose broke off of the airplane, and so I'm thinking, and I look, and I keep looking, and there's a fucking parachute. I think, holy fuck, how'd that fucking guy get out of there? So he comes down. How the fuck he ever got out of that, I'll never fucking know. And he gets down, he hits the fucking ground. Of course, he's on the radio right away. And he's shooting these fucking flares off because he's got survival gear. And I'm on the radio with it. I said, don't do anything. Just get your chute and get the motherfucker wrapped up and hide it. And then get the fuck out of there, Well, he kept firing these fucking flares and wanting to talk on the radio. I mean, well, I understand.
He's panicking.
So
Rightfully so.
I said, we'll get you out. You just gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. Don't fire your fucking flares, okay? You're telling the enemy where the fuck you are, So anyhow, it took a long time. He just wouldn't settle out. He was crazy. And so then I'm calling Cricket, which is the airborne command, and I said, got to have choppers. And so anyhow, they sent the A1s in first for suppress the enemy. So then we can bring the chopper in and pick that fucking pilot up. The other pilot went right in with the front airplane. So now the Sandys come up. They're called Sandys. Four ship T-20 or A1s. They got all kinds of armament, heavily fucking on.
Chopper?
And no, they're old World War II prop airplanes, but they carry a lot of different shit. And that's why they used them for search and rescue, because they could suppress the enemy. And they could fly low and slow and shit like that. So, anyhow, they come up, and then, of course, they take over the rescue operation. Well, I'm sitting out there on the side watching this. The chopper's up there, and they decided to put smoke down. So they laid smoke over the fucking guy and everything else. Now the chopper's there. Well, the fucking chopper can't fucking find him,
Because there's smoke everywhere.
Yeah. So I said, okay, Sandy, I said, I got it, okay? I got it, okay? And so I go out and I said, Chopper, you get on my ass. I'm going to slow this son of a bitch down to 60 fucking knots. You get on my ass, and I'm taking you in, and we're getting his ass out. I took him in, we fucking found him, got his ass out of there, okay? So I am low on fuel again. Now this is like, from the time he went down till we got picked up is like close to fucking 3 hours, man. I got 3.5 hours of fuel. Now I got to go back to the base, and I got to go over the fucking mountain. And so I fucking get up, and I'm thinking, boy, it's something to get over that fucking mountaintop. Let me get over the mountaintop, because then I can glide in. I got over the fucking mountaintop. Boy, you talk about a relief. And I didn't run out of fuel, though. I had fucking probably a gallon of fuel right there. Probably about 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
And the chopper brought him in to alternate then, and then he was all fucked up. He had fucking wood embedded in his fucking head and all this shit. Well, they didn't bring him at all. They took him to Odorn. So anyhow, the next day I got to take an airplane to Udon. So I thought, okay, I'll go see him. He's in the fucking hospital. So I got this great big fucking plate, and I went and bought fucking grapes. That motherfucker had grapes. I mean, fucking loaded with grapes. And I said, here. I said, I'm Raven 4-4. I saved your ass. Yes, you did. Fuck. He's fucking crying, you know, this. And he knew he lost once he got killed. And he doesn't really know all of his injuries, but he is fucked up. Ain't no doubt about that. So anyhow, I said, well, I'm here today. I said, I'll be back probably in about 3 or 4 days, 5 days. I'll come in and drop in and see you. He was the backseat F4. He was a navigator. Weapons control officer, what the fuck are you gonna call it? Anyhow, so I went down 4 days later and had to take another airplane down. And so I went over and he said, oh no, they had the air vacuum out. He said he's got infection in the wound in the head and they don't think it's gonna make it. So he went to Hawaii, no, to the Philippines, to Clark. So I come back through Clark in about a couple months later, and he's gone. They shipped him back to the States. So I never saw him again, never knew who the fuck he was, and I finally found out. So now I'm retired, and I go see Kavanaugh in Hawaii. And Kavanaugh said, hey, he said, I got a guy who wants to see you. I said, no, yeah. He told me his name, and I'd forgotten his fucking name, and I forgot again our story. Got it. He's the fucking base commander at Wheeler Air Base at fucking White. And so Mike called him, and he said, well, he wants to meet you at the club tonight. So I meet him at the fucking club. Of course, I'm having fucking Mai Tais. You know why you always have fucking Mai Tai? And he bought me a drink. He said, would you mind coming to my house tonight? I said, no. He said, my family would like to meet you. So I go over there and, you know, they're cooking supper and fuck. Within 2 minutes, everybody's fucking crying. Everybody is fucking crying. And so I told him the story. How everything went. How we got his ass out. And all this shit. And, so I got put in for DFC on that, and that got upgraded to Silver Star too. So not many people get 2 Silver Stars.
Awesome.
Yeah. But his family, you know, we just hug him and hold him, and fucking a lot of crying going on.
Awesome.
Yeah, I did a lot of shit. And this is yours?
That's mine.
I can't fucking give that to you, you motherfucker.
Give it to me, man. Come on now.
Jesus Christ, I did that the last. I can't do that. I gotta go that way. All right.
Cut me.
I need a big one. I just can't hit the cut tonight. All right, here we go. We're queen it.
15.
25.
31.
10.
19.
29.
30.
Go.
Mark.
I have 8.
Don't forget your pair.
No,
15, 2, 15, 4. And that's all she wrote. Oh, what do we got? Oh, what we got there? 15, 2, 4, 6. And trips for 6 makes 12.
Good thing.
Yep.
Got my ass again.
10, 12. There you go, Chief. Yeah, Shayna had some, for her birthday, she had some folks over, and she had a couple boys here for a party, and one's down at campus with her, and the other boy is a guy she went to high school with. And so I got to talking to him about you and, you know, all the cool shit. You know, these young kids, they don't know history, and I'm talking with them and talking about my Uncle Ron, and, you know, because I'm cooking up a storm for him. And where'd you learn to cook? Well, you know, I got a million Uncle Ron stories, you know. And so I keep talking about Uncle Ron, so I start telling him about the Ravens, right? And I said, well, yeah, he was. I said, there's a documentary. And so I bring it up on my phone and that YouTube. And I was like, well, wait a minute. So on the TV, I can bring up YouTube. So we watched the entire Ravens documentary. And I said, that's my uncle right there. I said, that's Uncle Ron. And they're like, holy. And then boys, Shane is over here trying to have her party, and these boys are just in the TV watching this shit. And TJ's like, man, you know, and she's, I don't say she's giving me a hard time, but she's like, let them boys have some fun. And they turned around, no, we like this, you know, we love this shit. And I was like, man, Uncle Ron, you know, and I tell everybody, I got a, you know, million Uncle Ron stories. I was like, I got a million of them.
And you do.
I do. I tell them that story about the Tetons. I tell them the stories about the sailboat.
Yeah, the Tetons.
The Tetons crossing the glacier, and you know, Montana, and you know they.
Yeah, up across that fucking glacier. You know, nobody else would ever fucking do that. But their sticks were there, so they'd come down them.
Mm-hmm.
They left them fucking sticks. That was the best thing that happened.
Yep.
You remember looking down through that one crevice and the fucking water's running down below?
I look back on that now, and I'm going, what the fuck were we thinking?
What do you mean?
Well, you know, I mean,
We're
I
out
kind
on the
of
edge.
I kind of backtracked it a little bit, and I came up with, I think your age at that time was probably 45 or 46 maybe when we did that.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I think about that shit a lot. I do.
Lincoln Duncan.
And Lincoln Duncan, and I think about all we did, and you're 46 years old, we're 16. Because you're what, 82, right? You're 82.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll be 52. So I got the math right. Because I was 15. You add about 30 years to that. You were 44, 45 years old.
Well, you guys were driving.
I wasn't able to drive on that trip. I didn't have my license yet, but Judd did. I got 9.
Fuck. 14.
Wait, is that part of your crib, or is that 10 part of your crib? No, so you went 10, so 19. Over to you. Wait a minute, you didn't start though, because it's my deal.
I got too many fucking cars. Where'd that 10 come from?
I don't know. It was in your hand because you got 4 in the kitty.
No, I got.
You're supposed to have 4 because I started out counting.
Yeah, okay.
So I got 9.
Oh, okay. So I didn't. Okay. That's 14.
14, 24.
9.
Go.
Mark.
10,
20.
29.
Go.
Mark.
Last.
Pair 2, pair 4.
We need. Oh. We need to cut.
We already did. That was turned up.
Oh. 15, 2, 4, 8. There's 10. I get first go too. Oh, look at that, huh? Look at that.
So if you were in the Ravens in 68,
Pair for 2. 68, 69, yeah.
so you came back
69.
68, 69, you were Raven. And then you went back to Vietnam after that?
Yeah, back in U2s.
Oh, U2s. Oh, I didn't know you were U2 Vietnam.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that.
And we were out of Thailand.
If you were out of Thailand, then why'd you have to set up Osan?
Well, that's when we come out of Utapao, we went to Osan. I set up Osan.
Okay.
Still the best fucking oil we got.
Oh yeah,
That's-
I
that's
told you I
what-
ran into that U2 pilot.
That's
a couple
where I
years
stole
back.
fucking 6 loads of fucking
Yeah.
concrete and poured that fucking concrete down.
I remember that. Cause no, I was at a conference. Oh, it's been 4 or 5 years ago, and I was talking with a guy sitting there, and he was and he was a U2 pilot, and I told him about it. I was like, God, my uncle was a U2 pilot. He's like, no shit. I was like, you've been out of Osan? He goes, oh man, that's. I shit you not. He says, that's the best U2 base there is. And I was like, my uncle set that up. I was like, you should hear the story how he stole 6 loads of concrete, you know. Get that done. He goes, how the fuck do you steal 6 loads of concrete in Korea?
Did you tell him?
I was like, well, there were some base things happening that day, and these guys have been waiting on concrete for months, and then my uncle just kind of redirected the trucks, is what he did.
That's exactly right.
He
We
said,
had that
man,
shit all poured, man, by the time. So anyhow, Dave Young's the fucking commander now. You know, they have a meeting at 8 o'clock and with the general and everything, and then that was the first fucking word. You fucking Major Reiner, that son of a bitch, you stole 6 fucking loads of concrete this morning, you know? Young said, yeah, he said, I just can't seem to keep him under control. Well, we're supposed to go operational law. Fuck, we can't go out. I mean, the things that we poured had to be fucking 10 foot long, 12 foot long, and they would come up so they had a base of 2 foot wide. That's a lot of fucking concrete. And we had to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those fuckers. We built the forms for all them fuckers. And they brought these 2 fucking big trailers in that were like 80 foot long each and set them on top of those pads. That was for altitude, you know, because you have precision measuring equipment because everything has to be perfect with the pressure suit. So they have to be able to work on the pressure suit. They need a place to keep the pressure suits. Everything has to be air conditioned. Everything has to be fucking cleaned. I mean, and then so one unit was the precision measuring equipment for all this, and then the others where they kept all the other shit, you know, to suit you up and get you ready to go fly. That's what I was set up. But anyhow, I've been over there about a month and a half before, and they wanted us to come over, and so I went in, I took the U2 in, and of course we land right at this time, just a little bit darker, and we fucking land it and get it off and get it in the fucking hangar so nobody sees the motherfucker, and of course at 5 o'clock in the morning it's all gone, and then we come back and land.
were you flying over China then?
No, well, China had set off a nuke weapon. We do high altitude air sampling. So anyhow, we're trying to pick up this cloud now because if we get the samples right, we can tell exactly what set the motherfucker off, the kiloton rating, every fucking thing they used in. It's in the fucking cloud. And he gets in that fucking cloud. And he's got the samples now. So he comes back while the airplane is hot. Fucking nuclear. So now they have to wash it down. They washed that fucker down for 2 days. They had fucking 8,000 fucking gallons of water that are hot now. So they have to go in special fucking barrels, 50-gallon fucking drums, and what are they gonna do? So that was the first fucking time over, and then I remember the fucking, so anyhow, we were gone the next fucking day. We were out of that. You know? So anyhow, the guy come down and debriefed us, and he said, well, he said, you know, I said, you guys, he said, are the most helter-skelter outfit that we've ever ran into here. I said, the general was at the bottom of the ladder, waiting for you guys, you know, to welcome you to the base and everything. And the first guy out there had a wheel in his hand. And he said, then the second guy had another wheel in his hand. And you were the third guy down. You come down. You said, well, you got a mobile here. You got to go land an airplane. And so everybody come down that fucking ladder. And there's these generals.